Sold out concert to 30,000 people the day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
If you're drunk,
Blasted,
intoxicated,
ripped, plastered,
taint, destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Drive.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico
For 5 years running. It's the OD and the AM with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Let's get the band back together and it's going to sound great. You know, I mean, you've probably gone to reunion tours over the last couple of summers or years. You know, bands get back together. They split up. They went and did their own thing. Then they get back together. They sound pretty good. And you rock and you have a couple and you're, oh, that was awesome. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, just bring Juju back and Kareem Hunt, reactivate Travis Kelce. I mean, he was there the whole time, but realized he's there. And I mean, just get the band back together and everything will be just fine. Kareem Hunt will run for, 102 yards, and Juju Smith-Schuster will catch 130 yards worth of passes. And just play the old hits, man. And people love it, and they'll keep coming, and you keep winning. It's the opening drive. Good morning and happy Tuesday. That's how it went for the Kansas City Football Chiefs yesterday in a 26-13 victory over the New Orleans Saints on Monday Night Football. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. How you living?
What it do?
You all right?
All right.
I mean, is that a fair way to put what happened to the Kansas City Chiefs last night?
It's a very fair way to put what happens. We have veteran players in a system that they know with a coach, a quarterback, it's going to put people in position to succeed. You can get it done. You can see some of the warts in the red zone, but moving the football, constantly finishing with points, leaning on a defense that is good, and the Chiefs 5-0,
yeah,
doing what they do, even with questions, they always find an answer.
Everybody sits in the stands and sings the songs. You know all the lyrics. You know the words. You know how it ends. They're 5-0. Meanwhile, those Saints who started out 2-0 and scoring 1 million points a night can't score. They have a quarterback who may be out for a while, and boy, are they in trouble. I needed a decent night out of a kicker and Alvin Kamara. I felt pretty good. No, dude. The DJ
Back
Moore,
to reality.
The DJ Moore shit killed me.
You got to. The Saints, this is who they are. You tipped your cap to what they did the first 2 weeks, but you're going to have a roller coaster ride with Derek Carr. The fact that they can't find consistency, even against the good Chiefs defense. Crystal Olave, non-existent. You mentioned they can't run the football, so they're dropping back Derek Carr, and they're going to take deep shots in the offense, but when that's all you're relying on, I don't know when they're going to be able to find the answer to that question, because you mentioned the oblique injury that Derek Carr suffered, which is at least status in doubt for next weekend on a short week.
So you go to another Fresno State quarterback. How about that? What are the odds there's 2 Fresno State quarterbacks on one team? I mean, New Mexico Bowl MVP, Jake.
That's why they need to go out and get Devontae Adams.
Jake Haynes, bring in. Do you think he still wants to go there now? Honestly, I mean, no. The fact that they're 2-3, fair enough. I mean, I think he wants to go to the Chiefs.
Chiefs are like, got this guy named Juju Smith-Schuster. Is a lot cheaper.
Yeah, and he put up 130 yards, and we know what we're getting there. And there's not a lot of diva in him, and there hasn't been a lot of diva in Devontae Adams. I'll give you that, right? I mean, there really has not. Over his career, he's not been a big diva. Has he?
Looking at being traded for the second time in his career, not on the football field, even though he is getting paid a boatload of money as a 30-plus-year-old receiver.
Yeah, maybe. All right. I mean, I'm thinking in relationship to the position. I mean, he isn't Brandon Ayuk. He isn't some of the, but fair enough. The Chiefs have now had a winning streak of 5 games, at least, in each of Andy Reid's 12 seasons in Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes is 28 for 39, 331 yards. But to me, what he did yesterday was the magic. Remember when they had 2nd and 34? And then they had the Kelsey play, right? That pitch play to Kareem Hunt. Was it Kareem Hunt? No, it was Samaje Perine. Yeah. So that gets them down there, and then they get loose. And the amount of times you thought the Saints were going to get off the field, and Patrick Mahomes kept the game alive, kept the drive alive with his legs. And you're seeing some of it, and Adrian's showing it to you in great work on the visual side if you're watching on ProView Networks. That was the difference to me. We talk about how great Mahomes is and what he does and all the different things. And to me, that was an example last night. I don't know that I thought he threw the ball. Although 331 yards is good and he was right on target and they rediscovered Kelsey. But to me, keeping it alive on 3rd and 10, right? 2nd and 34, and they don't get him off the field. That's to me was the difference last night. The Saints couldn't get on the field. When they did, they couldn't do much. And then you're running the ball. I mean, Kareem Hunt. How about it doesn't matter. There's a lot of it. How over the years the Niners, whoever they put in at running back, just succeeded. That's what Kareem Hunt looked like to me last night.
Solid. They got a little too cute there, on the interception.
Okay.
On the slant to Juju Smith-Schuster.
All right.
Pops up and defense line makes a great play. Nice run down the sideline, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Dude had wheels.
He's moving.
Yeah.
By the way, that did not know. Sanders at defensive tackle, he was actually a sensation like 5 years ago before the draft, small school kid, because he just does backflips. Defensive tackle. Right. Crazy athlete.
Yeah.
So he's rumbling down the sideline.
Yeah, he took it out 30-something yards. Yeah.
But, yeah, it's, Kareem Hunt, good, tough yards. Juju Smith-Schuster is like, these guys anywhere else are like, Kansas City, you're like, wow.
Right. No, 100%, because we've seen them everywhere else. Yeah. And it was like, all right. And then they come back there, and it is literally a wow moment. All right, let me give you phone numbers to get in today. 505-246-0610. It's us and you today. Typically on Tuesdays, we've had Tony Sanchez, the New Mexico State coach. But with game day now midweek, they'll play tomorrow at Jacksonville State. It's going to be a different day. We haven't decided if it's going to be Thursday or if it's probably not going to be Thursday because I'm going to get back late, or Friday or Monday. So we're gonna figure out as we go. But no Tony today as the Aggies play tomorrow. 505-246-0610 is how to get here. Emails Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. On the X, it's _JJ Buck, and on the Facebook, the OD in the AM. The OD in the AM. You can watch the show. Adrian's producing it there as he does every day. It looks great. You can watch it on Xfinity Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico or on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. Saints have a problem. I wonder how many different quarterbacks we're going to see over the next couple of weeks starting, whether it's injury or bench, whether you're going to see Russell Wilson, whether you're going to see Aiden O'Connell, whether you're going to see now Jake Haener, because we don't know the extent of the injury, although after the game, Derek Carr was asked how he was feeling, and the response was not good. oblique injury is what it is. MRI today to evaluate the injury. Left the game in the fourth quarter. He got hit by Mason Tipton on fourth down, clutched his hip, and limped off the field. And he said, I was fully confident all the way until I got hurt that we would win that game. Then translation, but then Jake came in and I wasn't confident anymore. I guess at that point the game was over, huh? They were down 2 scores and they just gave the ball back. They never got it back again, did they? Yeah, I guess they did with 2 minutes to go. He was throwing the ball, but he said it's not even pain tolerance. He just couldn't make the throw. This is a pretty big issue. I mean, it's a starting quarterback who's out, and you got a guy with not a lot of experience behind him, and we're talking about the season for them, aren't we?
We are talking about the season division that Baker Mayfield, Kirk Cousins, seen the ceiling for them, and I think you look at the Falcons and the Buccaneers and believe that they can play against 81, and you're still questioning the Saints.
Buccaneers and Saints this week. So, and it's going to be in New Orleans. In fact, the Buccaneers have already left, or they're leaving today. Today, because of the storm that's coming. They're getting out ahead of that storm. I got a buddy who's flying into it. He's got a place in Naples. His wife's there. So he says, yeah, I'm going back on Saturday. Let's get together this week, grab a drink. And I got a text this morning. I'm going to Naples today. He's going in. I don't know what his wife's there, I guess, obviously. But, yeah, this storm looks like a bear, by the way. Have you looked at the size of it and the enormity? And
well, just after
11 days later, yeah.
They went through.
Yeah.
And then the inland flooding, the devastation.
So this one's evidently not, look at me playing Joe Diaz on the radio.
Yeah,
it's
not
going
north,
up.
But
yeah.
I'm just saying the impact of the last one. You saw
no doubt.
how big it was, and then this is coming. Just,
yeah.
My goodness.
The storms are getting bigger and bigger and gnarlier and gnarlier and more frequent now. It's real. So that's what you had last night, Monday Night Football. We got a ton of NFL to get through today as we go through Tuesday and start looking through the baseball. Look, this Dodgers-Padres thing, everything is magnified. It is heated. They hate each other. They're throwing baseballs at each other. They're accusing each other of stuff. You got the juice that is around the Dodgers-Padres. This is more so than the Mets and Phillies, isn't it?
Yes, right now, absolutely. With the chirping, like Jack Flaherty, I guess he just decided he needed to instigate stuff. And then
pretty good at reading lips.
Going at Manny Machado.
Yeah.
And then what happened with the fans and Jerickson and Profar.
Well, and evidently Machado, the Dodgers claim, threw the ball at Dave Roberts, the manager, tried to hit him. And he didn't really deny it, by the way. So we'll get into that because you got the Game 3's tonight in San Diego, 7:09 or something start our time. We'll get you up to date on what happened yesterday and what it all means. We've got quarterback news in the National Football League. Bronco Mendenhall held his news conference, his weekly, yesterday as they get ready to take on Air Force. So a ton going on. Area code 505-246-0610 is the phone number. If you want to play radio with us here on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal would love to hear from you. Here's something that you will love. Do this for you. Not for anybody else, but for you. Well, unless you want to buy it as a gift. It's On the Spot Automotive Detailing. I do this a few times a year. What is it I do? Well, I pick up the phone. Really, that's all I got to do. They come out and detail my vehicle. On the Spot Automotive Detailing will come to you and detail your vehicle. That means you don't take it anywhere. You make an appointment. And whilst you are in the office or you are in the house or wherever it is that it works for you, they're outside with their mobile unit and they detail your vehicle. That means way more than just washing your car. This is brand new car clean. Remember when you first got it? The detail, that's what this is. They are best in the city. They were awarded best in the city because they are best in the city. It's a great gift. I always tell you, I think a great gift is something people will love, but they don't buy for themselves. This is so it. I've given it a number of times, and people love it. One of my favorite things is when they come out and do this because it's like having a new car without getting a new car. They also offer ceramic coating, paint protection film. They have tinting products, 3M dealer. That means they're the best on the market. They're all online at otsdetailing.com. Just go take a look at them at OTSD. You can book and buy there, otsdetailing.com, or give them a call at 505-859-2859. Area code 505-859-2859. It's On the Spot Automotive Detailing.
Bingo. All right, Bill.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Seriously? You expect me to drive while you aren't wearing seatbelts?
What's the worst that can happen?
Take care of what you got to take care of. All right, you got baseball yesterday. I don't know how much you watched. Royals-Yankees was like okay. Royals took the lead, and they held on, and their pitching held. Royals get 4 runs in the 4th inning yesterday at Yankee Stadium, and then their pitching just held up. And look, you get starting pitching, and then you get a bullpen. Reagan's only threw, 4 innings yesterday? And then it was, bullpen. 1 inning, 2 innings, 1 inning. Yankees went through 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They went through 8 pitchers. But I guess when you got day off before and a day off after, I guess you can just empty all your arms, right? And that's kind of what it was. Carlos Rondon went 3 2/3 innings, and it was just emptied after that because you had the Sunday off day, and then you have a travel day today, and so just let everybody go. But the Royals win that game. The Tigers game was really interesting, man. And you got Tarek Skubal, who's this again. If you haven't watched him, do yourself a favor and just watch. He is a master, and you're like, he's going to win the American League Cy Young. He is JJ. I think his postseason ERA is 0. I don't think he's given up a run in his 2 starts. He went 7 innings of shutout ball yesterday, struck out 8, and only gave up 3 hits and didn't walk anybody. The bullpen held on, and then he gets a Kerry Carpenter 3-run home run in the top of the 9th inning. And the Tigers are fun, dude. Tigers are fun. I like them. I don't know. You know why, right? I got a little. Now all of a sudden I was.
Yeah,
yeah.
Mishy, I'm surprised you're not wearing a Detroit Tigers jersey this morning.
Should I go get a big? Their D's kind of cool though.
With a Michigan cap. With everything that happened the last couple of days, with the Tigers and the Wolverines.
Yeah.
It's postseason baseball. It's snapping streaks. They were 0 for 23 with runners in scoring position before Carpenter's home run. You do it off the closer. And there's been ridiculous moments over the last week and a half in the 8th inning or later.
Yeah. Just watch a Mets game. Just watch a Mets game.
Mets and Phillies, any Mets game.
Any Mets game.
I think it was 4 games in a row. There was a lead change in the Mets games.
Yeah.
8th inning or later.
Yeah. Just watch a Mets game. Yeah, you're going to get some of that mess. So the American League's off today. All 4 series are 1-1, headed back for games 3. Remember, these are best 3 out of 5s. So today's and tomorrow's games, like the games 3, become really, really pivotal. Obviously, because when you got to win 3 and you're 1-1, it's obvious what's there. Dodgers and Padres tonight. And so you watched the other day, you watched the crowd in left field throw stuff at Jurickson Profar. It got ugly. Jack Flaherty, the Dodgers pitcher, hit at one point Fernando Tatis. And Manny Machado, the former Dodger, the third baseman for the Padres, kind of went ballistic and still claims that, in that situation, I'm not sure why he's hitting him, but okay. And then a couple batters later, Flaherty struck him out, and you could read his lips. Sit the bleep down, you bleeper, right? Can I say malafala? Is that what you can say? Sit the bleep down, you bleep. Malafala, kind of like that. That's what I read.
Yeah.
Okay. So Machado evidently threw a ball, and I had not heard about this. Threw a ball at the Dodger dugout, and Dave Roberts, the manager, and remember, Machado played for Roberts. They've got a relationship. Machado was a Dodger for a minute. Machado threw a ball that landed in the vicinity of Dave Roberts. Roberts' quote yesterday is this: "It was unsettling. I have a relationship with Manny from years past. There was intent behind it. It didn't almost hit me because there was a net, and that was very bothersome. If it was intended at me, I would be it's pretty disrespectful. So I don't know his intent. I don't want to speak for him, but I did see the video, and the ball was directed at me with something behind it, but I don't know what led to that," end quote. Machado responded by saying, "Both dugouts, they have foul balls. You throw the ball back in there. I mean, when you try to hit our best hitter, right, get him out. If you can't get him out, don't hit him, right? They have the best player in the game, right? Ohtani? We don't go out there and try to hit Ohtani. We try to get him out. Don't go out there and try to hit my guy," end quote. Which translates to me, well, yeah, so I threw the damn ball at your manager. Isn't that what you heard right there? I didn't hear no.
It's not a denial.
Yeah.
Let's avoid throwing objects from all parties involved.
No, but that's kind of what a pitcher does.
I mean, just at people, fans, players that are not in the batter's box. Let's keep it aggressive. Let's keep it solid. If you want to be a pitcher that gives up 4 runs and stands in the dugout and starts chirping, looking like a fool, go for it.
I totally agree with that. I mean, that's the dude who celebrates a touchdown and talks stuff when
that's the
you're
dude
down 35
that
nothing.
the ball is thrown 5 feet over the wide receiver's head and does the incomplete celebration.
Yeah. I just did something. Yeah. Dave Roberts was asked, "Did you have any conversation with Manny Machado before he threw the ball in your direction?" Quote, "The only dialogue I had was he was chirping at Jack. And I looked at him and shook my head, making a point that we wouldn't hit him on purpose to lead off an inning being down 2 runs," end quote. And then he continued, "I think he is using it as fuel. As a baseball person, anyone understands that you don't do that. Intentionally put the leadoff man on base with 3, 4, 5 coming up behind. It just makes no sense," end quote. And that's what I was saying. Why would you hit him in that situation? You're only down 2. Now, I can see pitching up and in. You're down 2, and here comes 3, 4, and 5 behind him. They're best hitters. Why would you hit him? So you expect Ohtani to get hit today, lead off the game?
No, I don't think that's be good baseball. I get the whole unwritten rules. Yeah, it's playoff baseball, man. You don't need to. Then
very first one of the game. I don't need to do it in a big situation.
No, then you get an immediate warning, and then if there is a mistake later in the game, you get someone thrown out.
Okay, it wouldn't be surprising to me. It just wouldn't. Michael King and Walker Buehler today. Michael King for the home team, Padres, and Walker Buehler for Los Angeles. Nola and Manaea for the Phillies and Mets today. That'll be your first game, 3:08 our time. Those games are over on the Fox family of networks. FS1 has got the National League Championship Series. It's must-watch TV. And, dude, I'm just going to tell you, the Phillies and Mets has been insane, and now that it's going back to City Park, and I think it's going to be crazy. I think the atmosphere is tonight. The two atmospheres, like Dodger Stadium is Dodger Stadium. It's cool. It's like if you've never been to Dodger Stadium, you should go. It's a great atmosphere, but it's not the most intense baseball atmosphere. San Diego's off the hook. Philly's crazy, and I'm going to guess the Mets place is going to be nuts tonight. And it's been a decade since Detroit's had playoff baseball. I'm going to guess Comerica is going to be a little bonkers tomorrow too.
No doubt about it.
I'm just telling you, just bouncing around. I didn't even get into Detroit. We're in Ann Arbor and it kind of in some middle towns in there. I saw more. Now, granted, I don't hang out in that area very often. You know when you see a logo you haven't seen in a while, and you see it a lot. Their D is really cool. That old script D, and I was seeing it everywhere, dude. The young lady on the plane that was sitting next to us, and she was talking about how cool it's been going to Tigers games and just like get out. They're everywhere, and I don't know if that's always been that way. Maybe whatever. But yeah, dude, baseball bounces people. It gets places going in October, and it's fun. But Padres, you got to watch it, don't you? I mean, that's must see. All right, 5:05. I mean, I'm not telling you what you got to do, but I'm like, I feel like I kind of got to. All right, 505-246-0610. Come on in, 888-922-0610. When we get back, some quarterback news in the National Football League, not just Derek Carr, but some other stuff, including the Cleveland Browns. What are they going to do? And the latest in the legal issues of their quarterback. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
ProView Net.
MRI today on the Saints quarterback. Carr became the 25th quarterback in the history of the National Football League to get over 40,000 yards in passing. A little history for him last night. Not memorable, but he said he's not good. We'll watch that, obviously, to see how that affects them going forward. Jake Haener, the former Fresno State quarterback, just like he is, former Fresno State quarterback, is the backup quarterback and played a little bit last night. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck, 505-246-0610 is how to get here. Emails coming in, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Cleveland Browns aren't good. Their quarterback situation isn't good, and their quarterback, according to reports, NBC Sports reported it last night, is settling another lawsuit that alleged sexual assault against him. He evidently will not face additional NFL discipline, JJ. So he's struggling. NBC Sports said that he's resolved a September lawsuit that accused him of assault and battery. The attorney for the alleged victim, the attorney's name is Tony Busby, confirmed to NBC Sports that his client's case is complete and the settlement is confidential. This is the lawsuit that alleged that Watson exposed himself, then he sexually assaulted this woman whilst on a date at her apartment in 2020 when he was still a member of the Texans. He strongly denied it, but he settled. This is the weird one where, right, she didn't supposedly want to go meet him in public, so she had him come over to the house and was going to cook him dinner, and she was in the bathroom getting ready while he was there, and they had just met, and then she comes out of the bathroom, and he's laying naked on the bed, and you're like, wait, everything about this is just, what are we doing? I mean, everything from, okay, it's our first day, I don't want to meet you in public, come to my home, to, okay, our first day, come to my home, I'm going to make you dinner, come in my house, I don't even really know you, but hang out there while I get ready. And then she comes out, and they don't know each other. There he is, butt naked on the bed.
Does that surprise you? It's Deshaun Watson.
Everything about it is. I mean, does it surprise me? Nothing about this and him and accusations surprised me. No. But
like, you just don't accidentally get into the mess that Deshaun Watson's in. And it's a good thing he has that guaranteed contract to pay his way out of all this.
What do you think? He's giving Meach $1 million? I mean, he's got 230 of them. He lost part of one to that 1 year. Taxes, so he's probably, after it's done, what did he get, about 180 of them? 170 million? And he's paid out, I don't know, 30, 40 of it. Whatever. Quote from Deshaun Watson: I can't speak for the fans. I can't speak for anybody outside this building, but I know that hearing from ownership and general manager Andrew Berry and those guys, I know that they tell me each and every day that they support me and got my back, and they want me to focus on being the best quarterback I can be. They know my character. They see me each and every day. They know exactly who I am. And I think that's the difference. When you're around me each and every day, you know my aura. You know my energy. You know my character. I think you would understand who I really am, end quote. You're just shaking your head. You know what's going to be interesting when this is over and he's not there, what his teammates have to say. what people are saying, because nobody's going to say a word now, right? But yeah, dude's kind of weird, man. Dude's kind of, I don't know, you got a little handsy, I don't know. I don't know.
Everyone's asking, the Browns are stuck. What do they do? How do they get out of it? You bench him. If he's that bad, you bench him and you move on.
Bad, dude.
You look at what did the Denver Broncos do with the quarterback owed a lot of money? They ate it and moved on.
Yeah.
If he's that bad, that's what you do. You made a mistake. There's no way out of it.
Really
and it doesn't look like there's any way out of it with him playing football.
What
and
are
it's
they? Are they
compounded
1-4?
with the shoulder surgery he had to end last season.
Yeah.
Coming out, it looks lackadaisical. The offensive play calling's not good. They're not running the football. They're getting behind in games. And it's just like a cloud over that organization, and no one is performing.
He is 26th. There's 32 teams in the NFL. 26th in the NFL right now in passing. 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's thrown for 852 yards. Bo Nix has thrown for more than him. The only guys that start who are behind him, and Joe Flacco's coming quick. Justin Herbert, Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, Andy Dalton started a few games, and Jacoby Brissett. And that's it. That means Justin Fields in front of him. Bo Nix. I mean, I know you don't believe in this as much as I do, the distractions. How's that guy not a distraction?
No, I believe in that type of distraction.
It's just he's a mess. All right, where else are we going quarterback-wise? What are the Raiders going to do? The Raiders are mulling what they're going to do. They've got, they're a mess, too. They've got the Devontae Adams thing hanging over their head. They got people questioning how good their coach is. Wasn't Devontae Adams like the big guy who went to bat for the coach? It was him and Max Crosby when the job was open. Him and Max Crosby went to ownership. Oh, you got to hire our guy. You got to hire our guy. And we hear this all the time. Oh, well, you got to keep people happy. I don't know, man. How often does it work? Every once in a while it does. You promote a guy from within and it works. We keep your guy and it works. And often it doesn't. I know, we'll see the Gerard Mayo thing. I'm not ready to put him to bed yet in New England. I just don't think they're very good. But the Raiders and Antonio Pierce have a problem. And he said that he's evaluating his quarterback position. He benched Gardner Minshew during the game in favor of Aiden O'Connell. Raider fan, I think, wants to go to O'Connell. You know what you got with Gardner Minshew. You get a few games of magic there, and then they figure him out. What do you think that is? Because, JJ, when he comes in as a backup for 2 or 3 games, dude looks magical. And you're like, he can be a quarterback in this league. And then 2-3 games later, he is the guy that we're watching, and you're screaming for freaking Aiden O'Connell. What does he wear off? Does you get tape on him? What do you think it is?
There's, of course, game planning. And then it's what you said. Being a backup in the NFL is not a bad thing. Being a backup in the NFL means that you're not getting 16 out of 17 games of high expectations. And Gardner Minshew was good on what turned out to be a pretty good Colts team last year.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they were able to maintain and be competitive in that system. The Raiders are not as good overall as Indianapolis. And then we're seeing those limitations this season with Gardner Minshew. There's a lot of quarterbacks like him. You like him in spurts, but the realization is there's a reason it hasn't clicked. And everyone will point to certain situations and, look at Sam Darnold, look at this, look at that. Okay, but there's also a reason Sam Darnold and even Baker Mayfield were number 1 and number 3 picks versus where Gardner Minshew.
Well,
it's not the end all be all, but there is different skill sets and levels to these guys.
I think you can make a case for whichever side you want to argue on that. For every Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, you're going to get Gardner. Well, Gardner Minshew doesn't really matter because he was a 6th-round pick, but you're going to get a Carson Wentz, or you're going to get a what was our dude? He's a great player.
Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah,
there's Jamarcus Russell, Zach Wilson, all of it. But it's to me, it's not shocking. Like Gardner Minshew's talented, but he's not a consistent starting quarterback talent.
Look, there's dudes who make millions of dollars and play 18 years as a backup quarterback in the NFL.
And when you look at where the Raiders were, and without not being super aggressive, go up and get a quarterback, they put themselves in this situation. So to act like, I think the worst thing is the in-game change.
But
that he's
sometimes
done it
you got to do it.
Not twice in the first 5 weeks.
Fair enough, but sometimes
Like,
you got to
either
go
start
to the
Aiden
bullpen.
O'Connell
Yeah.
and go, or let Gardner Minshew figure it out in a game, because that is worse. Because then you put Aiden O'Connell in there, he goes 94 yards and interception, and what did you really do?
Well, you created a controversy. It's what you've done. Would they have been better out? Well, it's easy to sit here now. They got Brock Bowers with the number 10 pick. They could have had Bo Nix. Should they have taken Bo Nix in retrospect? Right? McCarthy went 9, didn't he? Right before them. Yes.
No, so Penix went 8, and then it was
McCarthy
was like 10, and then Nix was like
Was
12.
McCarthy sitting there when they picked? No, they were right before the Broncos. So they couldn't have got McCarthy. They could have, Nix was what was left, or they could have traded up. Should they have taken Bo Nix instead of the tight end? And the answer is yes, isn't it? I don't even know how it's not. Bo Nix is going to develop into a nice NFL quarterback. I don't know that he's going to be a great one. I think he's going to be a nice NFL quarterback. I think they swung and missed. 505-246-0.
No, they had the 13th overall pick.
The Raiders
so
did?
they had to trade up.
Oh, okay, so everybody was gone when they picked?
So McCarthy went 10.
Okay, I thought they were right before the Raiders. They were right after? I'm the Broncos.
I'm trying to see if that pops up. But as it went, they ended up at 13 and took Brock Bowers.
I thought they traded back then. All right. Didn't they trade back to give Minnesota that pick? It might have been that way. Hey, you got a party coming up, a convention, a gala, a dance, a meeting, a holiday gathering. Albuquerque Convention Center is your venue. Why? Because it's spectacular and it'll fit no matter what you have. Huge event, medium-sized event, an intimate gathering. They've got 600,000 square feet of beautiful indoor and outdoor meeting space right in the heart of downtown with a parking structure adjacent to the facility, so it's easy in, easy out. You're not going to have to worry about weather when you park your vehicle and get in. You're protected from the climate, and then they've got beautiful space with unbelievable staff. Great menu options. They'll set it up however you want. Whether your event is for 10 people or 20,000 people, the Albuquerque Convention Center will take care of you right at the center of it all in downtown Albuquerque. We have done an event there every year for our players since we've been doing the Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Why? Why do we go back there? Because they take care of our student athletes and our guests. And hospitality is the biggest part of what we do, and we have to trust people, right? We can't do everything. We have to trust people to take care of our guests, and they've done it every year. They will take care of your guests, and it will be spectacular. I know you've been to events at the convention center. You love it. That's why people keep going back. That's why we keep going back. If you're planning your holiday party, it is the Albuquerque Convention Center. If you got an event, Albuquerque Convention Center. Check them out online. You look at the space. I know you've been there, but take a look at it. AlbuquerqueCC.com. And then when you're ready to book or want some information, pick up the phone and give a call at 505-768-4575. Area code 505-768-4575. It is the Albuquerque Convention Center. Be at the center of it all.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. Our law firm was founded by my father, Thibaut J. Chavez, with one goal: to get New Mexicans the help they need. That's why we built a different kind of law firm. We focus on family values, dedicated service, and we make a real contribution by giving back to our communities. We can't change what happened to you or your loved ones, but we can help you get back on the road to recovery. We're by your side, and we're still as local as red and green.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia.
Going out of Twin Warriors today. Texas, Stanford, New Mexico State, Nota Begaze tournament. Free if you want to go out and watch it out at Twin Warriors today and tomorrow. It's going to be on Golf Channel later today. It's really, really cool. Stoked for Nota that he got that done, and it should be a great watch. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. The number to get in today is 505-246-0610.
So the Raiders did not trade back.
They didn't?
No.
Okay, so that's where they were. So they didn't have a choice.
So they either needed to pay up and jump those teams.
There's no one left. Okay. So I'm going to guess they thought one of the 6 would still be there when they were at 13.
It was 10 and 11. The Jets were at 10, and Minnesota jumped up one spot, and that's when they took McCarthy.
Up a little bit. Okay.
Broncos were at 12. So if they wanted one of these guys, they could have been aggressive.
Yeah.
But they decided
Don't you
not
think
to.
they figured one of the 6 would fall to number 13?
Okay, but when
But
the
when it
fifth
didn't
one
happen,
goes at
yeah,
10,
I know. And you see the Broncos sitting there, and you know they're going to take one. Yeah, you got to go do something.
And then at that point, did you even grade whether it was McCarthy or Nix as first-round picks?
And if they didn't, then they went and got a stud tight end. Said we got Gardner Minshew and we'll be fine. I get it. All right, text line says, speaking of Pavia, did we speak of Pavia today?
Just mentioning the interview from yesterday.
Oh, that it's available for, okay. He should have been a Lobo. I hate that Danny Gonzalez didn't want him. He's exactly what the Lobos need. Local got to fill the seats. He would have put the Lobo football team on the map. But glad he's doing bigger and better things in the SEC. It's from J-Rod. He could have been a Lobo. I think he wanted to be a Lobo. I think he said that. It's funny how provincial this is. Somebody sent me a screenshot of something. I don't even know where it was. The people were claiming that something. In fact, I'll go dig it up. Basically, Aggie fan is saying he's Lobo fan. Stop talking about him. He's an Aggie, and
oh yeah, anyone from Albuquerque that's saying anything about Pavia, they're telling them.
Yeah, I guess we took a shot because we had him on our show. Like, he's from Albuquerque, New Mexico, right?
Yeah, he's a polarizing figure.
He says he's from Albuquerque, New Mexico, right? I mean, he went to New Mexico State. Nobody's denying that. Nobody's taking your glory from you. It's one or the other. He's either from New Mexico State or he can't. So he can't be from Albuquerque. Is that? I'm whatever. And look, Lobo. I talked to Lobo fan. Yes, we had some interesting conversations yesterday. And I was at the Lobo the football press conference, and then Lobo fan is really, really, really dug in, and in different ways about him. Some just, in this building, can't stand him. He peed on our logo. Yeah, he did. Others like, yeah, nope, that's who you are. I mean, good for him, and he's a heck of a player, but I can't get there. And there's others who are, man, that's great. I wish we would have got him. It's all over the place, but wherever it is, they're pretty dug in on their opinion,
as you'd expect it to be.
Yeah.
With the success, the off the field stuff, the confidence, which if you're not on his side, you'd view it as like arrogance and all that stuff. Like, of course, he's a polarizing figure. Just because he's from Albuquerque isn't going to make a Lobo fan just absolutely love him.
Right, but does that mean that keep him out your mouth? He's an Aggie.
Some Aggie fans are going to feel that way.
The PV say, are they going to do a 30 for 30 on him? Maybe. I mean, let's see where this story ends, right? Is that kid going to make it to the NFL? I mean, he's not an NFL quarterback, I don't think, but I'm done saying he can't do things. I'm done.
Camp guy, totally possible.
Can he be a player in the NFL? Can he be a special teams guy? Can he be a... I mean, I'm not telling you. I'm done, not that I made a habit of it, betting against Diego Pavia. It's just, yeah, some of the conversations I had about him and in response to the conversation yesterday was really, really interesting. I mean, you can get in on it. I'm wondering where you are. This guy says he should have been a Lobo. I'm mad that he isn't. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong and we're still as local as red and green.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to NM.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bond.
Oh, by the way, the SEC did name Diego Pavia the Offensive Player of the Week yesterday. Ashton Genty of Boise State, Mountain West Player of the Week, offense. Finally, he's getting a little bit of love for some Heisman as well. He is really terrific. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, good morning to you. Happy Monday and welcome to our day. It's 505-246-0610 if you want to get in today. Morning after the Chiefs beat the Saints 26-13. Patrick Mahomes threw for 321 yards. Travis Kelce, if you had him in a PPR league, you're good. 9 catches, 70 yards. Juju Smith-Schuster, 7 catches for 130 yards. And Kareem Hunt, 27 carries, 102 yards. Like, wait, what year is this, Jeff? 2017? Yeah, so I told you at the beginning of the show, it's like getting the band back together. And you ever been in a band or you ever, like, or on an old team, whatever, like, you just get together and you start playing. Oh, yeah, I remember that tune. Okay, that's how dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, right? The bassist kind of hits it a little bit and the drummer goes. And You've seen bands get together on reunion tours all summer. You've been around. Oh, yeah, they're really good. You know the old hits. That's what this is, man. Juju's, he's fine somewhere else. But, I mean, now all of a sudden, whoa, he's your dude. Kareem Hunt was done, except for he's not because he ran for 100-plus yards last night. They just get the band back together, and you got a lead singer and that dude and Patrick Mahomes. And, I don't know, all of a sudden everybody in the place is rocking and singing all the songs in the chorus, and it works pretty good, doesn't it?
Works very good.
So they are 5-0. So 5 weeks in, you got 2 unbeaten teams.
So much for that Saints plus 5.5.
Yeah, I would have lost that too. I hit you before the season starts. I said, all right, there'll be no 0-win teams, but the last team to win a game will be Jacksonville. And 5 weeks in, there will be 2 undefeateds. Nobody would have said Minnesota, right?
They would have been well down the list of teams you listed.
Nobody would have said Minnesota. If I told you there's only 2 left.
Probably expecting, J.J. McCarthy will get to start, be up and down.
Even if I told you it was Sam Darnold.
You wouldn't have said they were going undefeated.
Now, if you'd said, maybe there's a fan that said, no. If I told you there's only 2 left, a few people would have said Kansas City. I think, I don't know. I don't even know who would have been the Niners. People would have been on the Niners.
Been on San Francisco, probably would have been on Detroit.
Okay. Not Buffalo, but maybe the Ravens. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's Minnesota. So, I mean, 5 games in, you're a third-ish of the way done. Not quite a third. It's kind of crazy how fast this season goes, by the way. Is your MVP Derrick Henry? Can he be the MVP? He's not a quarterback. Can he be your MVP?
I'd put him in the hopper.
All right.
Right now.
I mean, I'll give you my candidates 5 games in. And I know it's too early, and I mean, it's just an exercise. So those of you who say, what are you doing? It's just an exercise, man. It's just 5 games in. Who would you be? I'm going to give you a few candidates. I'm going to give you Sam Darnold. I'm going to give you Derrick Henry. I'm going to throw C.J. Stroud in there because he's the 3rd leading passer in the NFL. And, boy, oh boy. I mean, who are your candidates? Josh Allen pull himself completely out the last 2 weeks?
I think he dropped a little bit. He's had 2 really good games, but average performances.
I mean, could Mahomes be in there at 5-0?
No.
The quarterback? All right.
He's not an MVP candidate. Like, Mahomes is... He can continue to be the best quarterback, the one that you take every game.
Right.
But
so I'm gonna give you 5 guys, 4 quarterbacks and a running back: Derrick Henry, Sam Darnold, Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield, and C.J. Stroud. Who am I leaving out? If I said those are my 5 guys for MVP.
I like that early mix 5 weeks in. I do think Jaden Daniels has to be in the conversation. The efficiency, the numbers.
Could not be.
This team's winning.
Yeah.
And it's, to me, like, one down game doesn't mean, like, you can't be in the conversation. Like, yeah, Sam Darnold had a down game. Guess what? It's sports. That's going to happen.
Oh, and by the way, they won.
And, your team adjusts. You figure out ways to win games. So that doesn't worry me about Sam Darnold. And I think, Derrick Henry, it seemed easy, but I don't think we realized that Derrick Henry was stepping into the best situation of his career.
I think we knew that.
I think it was going to be good, but it was just like, he's 30, we'll see, he'll be all right, score some touchdowns. He is destroying people.
Averaging 114 yards a game, he scored 7 touchdowns. I'm sorry, 6 touchdowns. 6 touchdowns. Yeah, he's something else. All right, 505-246-0610. Travis, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Travis.
Good morning, fellas.
How you living?
As JJ says, what it do? That's a good catchphrase, by the way. That is a good.
It's all right.
All they need to do, all the Chiefs need to do is bring back Tyreek Hill, and it'll be like a reunion from the 2020 Super Bowl win. I mean, the crazy thing is, like, this is how good Patrick Mahomes is. The way to make him relevant in fantasy football, apparently, is to make sure all of his offensive weapons are injured. And then all of a sudden, he becomes a must-start in fantasy, right? Pacheco's gone, Rice is gone, and then all of a sudden, the guy looks like, Patrick Mahomes out there.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is so good that I think if you took the 3 of us, and put him, put us out there with him, he might win a couple of games with us scrubs out there. I mean, who are these couch dwellers that he's brought back into the organization? It's unbelievable how talented that this guy is, that these players can make it nowhere else in the league and somehow rejoin the squad and absolutely obliterate a New Orleans team that, quite frankly, a couple weeks ago looked unbeatable. But the other thing on this David Pavia thing,
Diego.
The funny thing for me is the minute he took off the crimson jersey, I loved the kid again. You know, because he is from Albuquerque. He is an Albuquerque kid, and he is not shy about talking about it. And, you know, I have some family that does a lot of sports betting, is out there in Missouri, and, you know, big Alabama people. And I was telling them, now I did not predict that Vandy was going to win, or else I'd lay money on him, and then I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I'd be on a beach.
Right.
But, you know, like I was like, you need to be careful about this Vandy team. This Vandy team, you know, has some good pieces, and Pavia is no joke. And so I'm ecstatic for that kid. And I don't know that it moves the needle for recruiting to have all of these, you know, New Mexico kids being successful elsewhere and talking about how great New Mexico is. As you were saying yesterday, I don't know how much that moves the needle, but for us, you know, kids who have that local pride, who love our community, love where we're from, I think it's great. And it's great to see them doing so well. And the final thing for me, and we've had this conversation before, apparently the NFL is okay with keeping players on the field who have multiple allegations of sexual assault, who beat their girlfriends and their wives, who are dangerous to the community, who drink and drive and cause massive accidents while they're, you know, racing, whatever they're doing. But apparently, if you kneel for the flag, the entire league and all of the NFL teams and all of the NFL owners will band together and collude in order to get you blackballed if you kneel for the national anthem. I mean, this is such this Deshaun Watson situation and the Ray Rice situation before that, and the other ones that we've talked at length about.
Kareem Hunt's back in.
You know,
Kareem Hunt ran for 102 yards. Didn't he beat the hell out of his girlfriend too? What did he do?
Yeah.
Right when they cut him last time, first time.
He was on video kicking.
Oh, I'm sorry, kicking instead of being. Yeah,
that was.
Yeah, so yes is the answer, right? Yeah, go on. I'm sorry.
Well, but the Ray Rice situation, right? So he got suspended
He never played
or whatever,
again.
right?
He never
and
played
then he
again.
appeals his suspension.
He never played again.
Right. Well, but it's just when he appealed his suspension, the NFL sided with him, right? The NFL Players Union filed an appeal on his, I don't know what it was, whatever it was, 6-game, 8-game, whatever it was, and it got reduced. But I mean, okay, so Harbaugh is the only guy holding players to account, but I think there's the message that this sends, and you know, I'm not getting political here. That's not the point. But I think it's a real problem where apparently all you have to do is be really good at sports, and you can beat your girlfriend up, or sexually assault people who are coming to give you a massage at your house.
Yep.
But if you're old and washed up, yeah, man, you're gone. That's it. And don't you dare kneel for the national anthem, because we don't care whether or not you've been to a Super Bowl. We don't care how good you are. You're gone. And I think that's a real problem. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Well, I mean, welcome. I mean, that's been reality for a long time.
That's not breaking any news there.
I mean, it's been reality for a long time. If you can play, if you're really good, if you can help my team win. It's not just the NFL now. NBA's done it for a long time, too. If you can ball, I know you beat your woman. I know.
Sports has done it for a long time.
Yeah, I know. Now, by the way, he's not wrong. And I'm glad he understands it. It wasn't just kneeling for the flag, but it was certainly around kneeling for the flag, the Colin Kaepernick thing. You think it was just kneeling for the flag? It was everything around that. It was the socks and everything. But yes, but you're right. No. Look,
Dude,
look, if you're going to ask me
for
what
Travis,
do I think is different,
I think that's something that weighs on him.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. We've kind of all been through that. We know what happened with Colin Kaepernick.
Yes.
He's not playing football. It's been too long. That was obviously just something that weighs on him.
Yeah, I get it.
So when he
just
sees
unloaded.
things like this,
Look,
he's just like, what are they doing? And we know what they're doing.
I'm not one who likes to sit here and weigh wrongs, and plenty of you think that plenty of people think it's not wrong what Kaepernick did, and I'm fine. I'm not going to get into politics on it. I'd like to think, and maybe I don't know, what's a worse offense? What Colin Kaepernick did, or what Deshaun Watson's accused of doing? Beating women or sexually assaulting people on I mean, how many cases? Guys who beat their wives, beat their women, the Rashee Rice driving thing. No, he's not wrong. He's just kind of coming to the party in the realization that, yeah, dude, if you can help my team, yeah, dude, I know. Just try not to beat your woman again. But you can play left tackle for me, or you can be my running back. But he's a really good player. No, he's not wrong. And by the way, and you said it the right way, not breaking any news. It's been that way for a long damn time.
I do have some NFL breaking news for you if you'd like it when we come back on the other side.
Is it good stuff?
It's good.
I mean, it's NFL breaking news. All right. Yeah, no, I'd like that when we come back on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong and we're still as local as red and green.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough.
Owen, who'd you have in your pool? 5 weeks in, it's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Big, I would call this big news.
Big news.
I don't think you gave it credit. What do you got?
Well, it was breaking news.
Yeah, I think it's big breaking news.
An Adam Schefter missile this morning.
A Scheft bomb? A Shefty bomb?
I think we have to retire that with Woj.
Do we?
Moving on.
I mean, everything's gate.
Schefter strike. An Adam Schefter strike this morning
Right.
on the X. The New York Jets have fired head coach Robert Saleh.
Wasn't it like 2 days ago when they were in London? Rodgers told me, I believe in the leadership and I believe in this team, and at some point we're going to turn this around. And Saleh, I mean,
yeah, Rodgers believes in the leadership of himself, making every single decision, and his boy Nathaniel Hackett calling a terrible game.
I mean, who's the head coach? Have you seen anything? Who's going to be the interim? Because I've not.
It's Jeff Ulbrich.
Oh, my boy Jeff Ulbrich. Who's that?
Not Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah, obviously.
So Robert Saleh finishes his career 20-36. The New York Jets.
Dude, he's a hell of a defensive coordinator. He was really good, and D'Amico Ryans worked under him. They both worked under Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco. They put all their eggs in the Rodgers basket. All of them. In a 40-year-old, 39 last year, they blew his Achilles. Really, really poor foresight in regards to backing up an old quarterback like that. Right? They had Zach Wilson, and their season went in the toilet. And this year, Rodgers hadn't been good, but Rodgers isn't going to take the heat. It's all been on Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh is a defensive guy. His defense has been really good. The Jets' defense is good enough to win games. It's the offense and Nathaniel Hackett and Aaron Rodgers who have not been good enough to win games. Now, you're the head coach. I told you this story a long time ago. Skip Holtz, Lou Holtz's kid, told me this story one time. And it's kind of the difference between being a coordinator and a head coach. So Skip told me a story when he was at where was he before he was at Louisiana Tech? He was wherever it was. And he was sitting in his office one night watching film after a game. And his dad called. How you do? How was the game today? Dad, we had a great game, and we won 52-48, and the quarterback threw for 400 yards and threw 6 touchdowns, and my running back, and Skip was telling me the story, and his dad says, hey, get up out of your get up out of your chair and go to the front, right? Go outside your office. And he says, all right. And he says, no, get up and go walk outside. Go to the front of the office. Go outside your door. And Skip's like, what the hell's he doing? And all right, he says, now look at your door. What does the nameplate on your door say? And he says, it's got my name. He says, no, damn it, underneath your name, what does it say? And Skip told us, Lou, he says, it says head coach. He says, that's right, damn it. He says, you just spent 15 minutes telling me about your offense. You spent 15 minutes and you gave up 48 freaking points. He says, you're the head coach. You're responsible for everything. And Skip said that was just kind of the light went on. And I tell you that story because Robert Saleh is a really good defensive coordinator. His defense is good. And he turned his offense over to Nathaniel Hackett and Aaron Rodgers. But he's the head coach, and that's why he's taking the hit here. Is that a long story to get nowhere, or did that make a little bit of sense to you? Because at some point you're the head coach, and you're 2-3. Aaron Rodgers pushed you away when you went to hug him after throwing, I think, his first touchdown of the year. It's been awkward, uncomfortable, and you're 20-36 as a head coach. Oh, and by the way, you're in New York, which is the media capital of the world, with the most impatient fans in a industry of impatient fans. The media, the fans have been beating the hell out of this guy, and they had big expectations. I don't like seeing coaches get fired. I'm not that guy. I'm not a big fan. I don't say never. I don't like advocating for people to lose their jobs. But here come the Bills and the Steelers and the Patriots, and then the Texans and the Cardinals. I don't know. Did that story make sense? Does that help put things? I'm not telling you that he overlooked the offense, but he's a defensive guy. He obviously turned his offense over to Hackett and Rodgers, and now he's eating it. Does that make sense, though? So he's out. So we'll talk about that because there's a change in New York. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails coming in this morning, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. We got a sweet deal for you. Go to our website, sportsanimалabq.com. Click on the sweet deal icon. And we have got a wonderful sweet deal for you. 2 tickets for the price of 1 to select Sky Railway train experiences. It'll be $99 and only 65 deals available. Brian is with us this morning to tell you all about it. Good morning, Brian. How you living?
Good morning. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Life's good. Sorry about that with the breaking news in the NFL and a lot of stuff moving. But you got Santa Fe's Adventure Train, right? This is it's a beautiful, unique experience, which is exciting, and it's live entertainment and it's scenic views, and let people know about what you got because this sounds awesome.
Yeah, we've been operating now. This is our 3rd year. We offer 22 different experiences on the trains, starting from ale trails, margarita rails, sunsets, stargazers, speakeasy trains, murder mysteries. So there's a bunch of different things for people to choose from. And then we got our most exciting thing starting in a couple weeks. We got our fright train for Halloween, where we do 7 different trains that go out starting on the 18th, where we do scenes along the tracks, DJs in each car.
Sweet.
Everybody gets murdered.
Who doesn't win? Everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
How long is the experience,
Spoiler
Brian? So how long is one of these experiences?
Our average experience runs from 2 to 2.5 hours, so it's just a great short ride if you're looking to do something after dinner, before dinner, or early afternoon on the weekends. We don't take up your whole day. Great if you got people in town or just looking for a quick getaway.
Or a little date night or something like that.
It
goes Santa Fe to Lamy. So where do you catch the train?
So all our trains depart from the Santa Fe Rail Yard, by that main depot by Tomasitas.
Yeah.
And we return there as well.
And you got a variety, like the themed ride sounds so cool. You got boozy trains and special event experience. You talked about the Halloween fright train coming up, which is really cool. Where'd you get the idea of like taking a train and let's just make these experiences? It's kind of cool.
Well, yeah, we purchased the railroad. It used to be Santa Fe Southern, which had been operating on this same exact rail line for over 100 years. But it was down for about 10 years, just kind of rusting away. And then George R. Martin, who lives in Santa Fe, of Game of Thrones, and Bill Banowski, who does Violet Crown, Magnolia Films, decided to save the railroad and thought, hey, let's have an entertainment railroad where we actually do shows and performances and do something a little different from your mom and pop railroads.
That's really cool. So you can get the sweet deal today. It's a captivating train experience. It's Sky Railway, and whether you're a history enthusiast, you love music, you're someone who enjoys a margarita or just a diverse calendar of train rides, and it's an adventure for everyone, so you can step aboard and be enchanted and just have fun with it. What's your website? I want people to take a look at it, and so they have an idea what they're doing before they go out and buy this.
Yeah, it's www.skyrailway.com, and we have all the experiences, descriptions, and videos to show you just what you're getting into.
Well, here's the deal. It's going to go live on our website at 9 o'clock, sportsanimalabq.com. You click on the Sweet Deal icon. You get 2 tickets for the price of 1. Train experiences are they're $99 typically. Is that right?
They start from $109 up to $159. So you guys are getting a great deal today.
Yeah, take advantage of this. Go to our website, 9 o'clock, sportsanimalabq.com, and click on that and take advantage of this. If you want to look at it, it's skyrailway.com. I think you're going to dig this, boys and girls. It's a great date night. You got people in town. You're just looking for something different to do. And it runs out of Santa Fe, goes up to Lamy, and they've got great themed rail experiences. Hey, Brian, appreciate the time. Good luck with this, and thanks for spending a few minutes with us.
Hey, thanks for having me. Go Niners.
That's the wrong answer. All right, see you. Go Rams, can I tell you that? We had a big one on Thursday, Niners and Arizona. All right, Brian, be well. See you.
All right, thanks, man.
Go Niners? Like who knew?
Well, yeah, they just got by the Cardinals.
Oh, they get Seahawks on
Seattle.
Thursday. They get Seattle.
San Francisco.
Yeah, Seattle.
Ooh, is it a kind of got to win game for the 49ers?
We can discuss that later. Saleh out with the Jets. React. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM. An AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is brought to you by Sandia Area Federal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
Bring it back.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come.
According to Adam Schefter, a Shefty spear, a Shefty strike. Shefty.
I think I'm leaning strike.
You like strike?
Schefter strike.
Jets have fired their head coach, Robert Saleh. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. What did you just ask before the break? Tease with something. No.
Thursday Night Football?
Yeah. All right, Thursday night. So we get the Seahawks. You asked, is it a kind of got a win game?
Got a win
it's
territory?
Not. It's not. And I'll tell you why. I mean, every game's kind of got a win game, right, in this league. But because nobody's running away with that division now, it's the difference between being tied for the division lead and having the tiebreaker and falling 2 games back. I think it's big. Is it big for their morale? Maybe. It's a big game for the Niners. But I because no one's running away with that division right now, and Seattle, even if they win, they go to 4-2. Do you trust them? It's a big game.
Dude, this is the kind of got a win game. The Niners are 0-2 in division already.
They are. Yeah. You might get me there.
They go to 0-3.
They've lost to the Rams and the Cardinals that came from ahead both times. All right, I'll give you kind of
got a win game for the San Francisco 49ers.
You're starting to think the wild card won't come out of there, right? Although, I mean, where's it coming from? Huge win for Dallas last week. Huge win. You got to figure. Do you figure 3 teams out of the North right now? Vikings, Lions, Packers. The Bears are 3-2, by the way.
Yes, they are.
Right? Do you figure 2 teams out of the South? Wild card. I mean, there might not be one for the West.
Gotta.
Yeah. All right.
Win
I'll buy it
for the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, I'm in. I think you're right. Kind of got a win game. Text line is all Diego Pavia right now. Do you know that? I got a text from somebody who works at Volcano Vista High School, his alma mater. Says, I teach at Volcano Vista, and I already saw a couple of kids wearing Vanderbilt jerseys at school yesterday. No clue how these kids are so fast, but if you have a Vandy jersey, I have to assume you've got a jersey for each of the 134 FBS teams hanging in your closet, right? You know what? I mean, if the kid from your school is a star there or went there, you went out and got one. This one says, Jeff, if Danny would have recruited Pavia, we'd be in the pack right now and not looking for a football identity. UNM dropped the ball again. Murph Dog said that. Do you believe that?
No. Because he would have been playing with bad offensive line.
Let me ask you.
Then those skill players.
Can I ask you this?
Like, Diego Pavia is that dude. He also had Jared Kill for 2 years.
He did. Okay.
And now still has him at Vanderbilt.
Coming out of high school. Who did you think was better? They weren't at the same time, but say Diego Pavia or Isaiah Chavez. And Isaiah Chavez is a legend because he won 2 games in a COVID year, right? For UNM football. He wasn't very good as a quarterback. I mean, every coach that's come in since, and this is nothing against him. He just was a Division I quarterback, and you're going to tell me, well, he was the same guy. And a lot of people told me, oh, they're the same kind of quarterback. They're the same guy, the same skill set. Do you think the fact that Isaiah Chavez was limited, or at least that coaching staff certainly thought so, is one of the reasons? And I think character probably played into it as well, from what I've heard. But do you think that kind of swayed them away from taking a shot at Diego Pavia? And this is another one. And this is a conversation I know we had yesterday. And I'll throw, you know what? Can we throw this out there? I'm going to give you 3 quarterbacks. Because Aiden Armenta played really well. Right? You got to win a game this weekend. Pick one. Devin Dampier. This isn't mine. Can I give credit where credit is due on this?
Yes.
All right. Ned James came up with this. Pick a quarterback. You got to win a game this weekend. Devin Dampier, Diego Pavia, Aiden Armenta, and pick a coordinator. He went with it was who were the 3 coordinators he gave me? Beck and Kill and
Jason Beck.
Yep.
Jerry Kill.
Yep.
Bryant Vincent.
And Brian Vincent. Brian Vincent is the offensive coordinator at New Mexico, who's the head coach at Louisiana Monroe now. Jerry Kill, you know who he is, and Jason Beck, the offensive coordinator at UNM. So when we come back, go ahead. I'll open it up for you. 505-246-0610. You got to win one game this weekend. It's a good conversation. And there was kind of a consensus on the quarterback. But you got to win one game. You want Devin Dampier. You want Diego Pavia, Aiden Armenta. And which coordinator? You got to go this weekend. It's the opening drive. 505-246-0610 is the number. I'm curious what you think. Because I got another one on here that says Steve from Michigan. Oh, no, I'll get to that later. But Murph Dog says if Danny would have recruited Pavia, we'd be in the Pac right now. You believe that? You say no because you're still playing with the same players. I don't know. Would New Mexico State skill players a lot better? I guess the answer is yes, huh?
Dude, the leading receiver for Vanderbilt is Eli Stowers.
No. But when he was at New Mexico State.
The leading receiver
is Eli Stowers, who came from New Mexico, who, by the way, was a quarterback.
Star Thomas was a running back, right?
Yeah.
He's one of the top 10 running backs for Duke right now.
Okay. Ring the phones, 505-246-0610. You see IPS vehicles, officers everywhere you go, in your neighborhood, in your stores. Why is IPS everywhere? Because they make a difference. They control crime. They stop the bad guys. Look, you can't control all the crime. Property crime is real. But International Protective Service is a layer of affordable private security that will protect what you've worked so hard to build. I've worked with IPS for years. They watch my home. They come by every single day and monitor my home. When I travel, they get out, they go through the backyard, they make sure everything's good. If alarms go off, they're there within 7 minutes or less. They'll pick up newspapers and roll the garbage cans to the curb and back, mail, whatever it is you need. Bottom line is you need security because it is what it is right now. They install alarms, camera systems. They got a state-of-the-art facility to monitor those cameras 24/7, and it raises the level of security around your home and your business. So the question is who's watching your home when you're not there, and hopefully the answer is the good guys and not the bad guys. Call IPS, protect what you've worked so hard to build. The number's 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. Passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Miller here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Show that shit better than all my intentions. I can show that you got my attention. See your baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
I was born in New Mexico. I grew up on these streets. I got in trouble here, and I fought my way back in boot camp. I love New Mexico, especially the people. Now I'm using my training, tenacity, and energy to fight for you. I'm Adam Oki, lawyer, fighter, and New Mexican. I was a local athlete here in New Mexico, so I'm proud to support your local athletes.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop.
I am Michael Azera, midfielder for New Mexico United. Clark's support for the United is an example of their commitment to local partnerships. Clark's understands that paying it forward develops a better team and ultimately better community partner.
When you need pet food and supplies,
Clark's is always the best shot.
Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations.
Go United!
ClarksPets.com.
If you're drunk, blasted, intoxicated, rip, plastered, destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hey, look! It's Dwight Goodman!
Boom! This place is hot. Let's see if anyone needs my help. How about I drive you madman home, huh?
I got this, Dwight. I'm the designated driver. Boom.
Sweet. Does anyone need Dwight's help getting home tonight?
No thanks, Romeo. I've got a taxi all lined up.
Drive safe, Dwight. Boom! Boom!
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach, my teacher, my older sisters, my grandma, my brother, my tutor, my dad, and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RS.
Years ago, Diego Pavia tweeted, "For NIL inquiries, hit my agent." He's got a 505 number. It says, "Vandy, we turned." So he's open for business. He's got a former teammate, buddy in Albuquerque, who's his agent, and he's open for business. And I'll bet he makes some money this week.
As he should.
Yeah. I asked you the question, and this isn't me. I thought it was an interesting conversation yesterday. You got to win a game this weekend. Which one quarterback you want? And I don't know who's going to end up being the best. You know, Aiden Armenta could end up being really good too. Devin Dampier, I think, is going to be really good. And Diego's become what Diego's become. You got to win one game this weekend. You want Devin Dampier, Diego Pavia, Aiden Armenta. And I think most of us went with Devin Dampier, right?
One game this weekend, I think it has to be Diego Pavia.
It's got kind of, the guy knows how to win. I need a winner. I got to win one game. Dude, just beat Alabama. How do you not go Diego Pavia, right? If you're going to tell me who's going to be a better quarterback long term, I mean, you got to define better quarterback long term. Because I'm going to tell you, and I've said this many times, you know, one of the two of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen in college, I think they're both left-handed, in fact, weren't great pros, but that was Kellen Moore and Tim Tebow, right? Now, nobody's ever going to call them the greatest quarterbacks ever. But go look at their college careers, look at their numbers, look at their win-loss records in college. So I don't know how you're going to evaluate and decide who's a better quarterback when it's all said and done. Is it win-loss records? Is it magnitude of wins? I mean, Diego's done things that nobody in the last 2 decades have done. He's the only quarterback in the last 20 years to win at least 3 games when being a 21.5-point underdog. And you're going to tell me, well, some of those guys were never 21.5-point underdogs. They didn't play on teams like that. You're right. But it's hard to say I wouldn't take Diego Pavia. I got to win one game this weekend. I mean, stop betting against that kid. Now, Devin Dampier is really good. Really good. And I think Aiden's going to be a good quarterback, too. It's hard to go against that kid, isn't it? I mean, really hard. This says, I think Pavia's path is exactly where it's meant to be. Had he come to UNM, he may have faded into the mix and possibly switched positions like past top-tier quarterbacks attending UNM. Gauchi was a state champion with a big arm, and where is he now? Gauchi had concussions issues,
Yeah,
man.
that was his.
I mean...
And Cole Gauchi ran the option fantastically.
Yeah, as well as anyone I've ever seen. He just kept getting concussed. I mean, they just beat the hell out of Cole Gauchi.
Which didn't make sense that towards the end they're like, oh, we'll put you at what, tight end?
Yeah, he was a tight end.
You keep getting hurt, so we'll put you at
He
tight
became
end.
Cole Ouchie, right? I mean, he was Cole Ouchie because dude was really, really good at running the option. Now, it wasn't a great throw. Remember, he went to throwing camps and big kid, and they tried. All right, keep them coming. Who'd you take? Which quarterback? You got to win one game this weekend. Breaking news in the NFL as well. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Thank you for being with us this morning on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Kias arriving daily, you'll love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Kia from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Kia on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestakia.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
What's going on? Who are you guys?
Well, sir, I'm going to pick you up at the DWI checkpoint for drunk driving.
And that's when I have to come down to get you out of jail.
Well, temporarily. I'm Judge Torres. They call him the Hammer. Hey, hot off the presses, champ.
I'm real proud of you, honey.
Way to make them happy back home, Captain. Who's that? That's your new buddy in jail.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need.
In the AM with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
All right, a little breaking news in the National Football League this morning. If you're just joining us, the Jets have fired their head coach, Robert Saleh. 2-3 this season, 20-36 overall. Jeff Ulbrich will serve as the interim head coach. So opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Howard said, well, there goes the first NFL head coach firing. Maybe Aaron Rodgers thinks he can coach the team too. Probably. No, I'll bet he does. I look at this, and last straw. Not that they lost to the 5-0 Minnesota Vikings, although that might have been the last straw. JJ, I'm Woody Johnson. I'm the owner of the Jets. Didn't I draft Sam Darnold?
Yep.
Didn't I decide he wasn't good enough? He couldn't play here?
Yep.
Didn't I watch him go to Carolina and he wasn't very good there, and then he bounced around? And then he just kicked my ass last weekend, even when he played a bad game. He beat me. That's probably really, really hard to eat. Right? Not only, I got Aaron Rodgers. I spent all this money on him. You're my coach. And I just got beat by a dude who didn't even play that well. Who I feel like I wasted a pick on, right? And got rid of, and went and did everything you wanted me to do, and you can't even beat that guy? I'm done. I mean, honestly, that had to go through his head, right?
Sure, it was in the conversation.
Robert Saleh, the Jets have averaged the fewest points per game in the NFL in his tenure as head coach. 17.3 points per game. Robert Saleh is a really good defensive coordinator. That's how he got the job. He was really, really good in San Francisco. His quarterbacks have been Aaron Rodgers for 6 games. Really, 5 games in 4 plays. Zach Wilson, Mike White, Joe Flacco seems to be pretty good elsewhere, though. Trevor Siemian and Tim Boyle. I guess you can argue, did he have a chance? Doesn't matter, does it? I mean, do you think the Jets now turn this thing around? Well, he's gone. All right. I still got Nathaniel Hackett. Jeff Ulbricht's taking over. We got Rodgers. Let's go. The Jets are turning course now. Is it his fault?
Part of it is not developing an offense. It wasn't just Sam Darnold. They invested a high pick in Zach Wilson.
Yep.
Didn't go anywhere.
Yep.
And Aaron Rodgers has a limited ceiling at this point in his career. But then you also question what has happened to Breece Hall the last 3 weeks.
Where's he been? Where's Garrett Wilson been? He's not throwing to Garrett Wilson either.
Well, he just did on Sunday.
A little bit, yeah.
He had like 10 catches.
Did he have 10 catches the other day? All right.
I know it was in the morning.
It was early.
That you brought in Nathaniel Hackett to be Aaron Rodgers' guy and be on the same page, but the game plan doesn't make sense for where they're at in Aaron Rodgers' career. They have weapons to lean on that they're not using and not getting anything going in the run game. And they thought they addressed it. They drafted an offensive lineman in the first round, brought in a veteran left tackle, not creating opportunities. So it wasn't just going against the Vikings thing. It was also the previous weekend against
No. I'm thinking, was that
Broncos.
just the last straw? Yeah.
Yeah, but you also can't. I'm sure, yes, it could have been a straw, absolutely. But I think it's, Salah's going to take the hit because that's what you do. It falls back on the quarterback. Now, it's interesting that it wasn't immediately handed over to Nathaniel Hackett. That's not where they're going, but that's Rodgers and Hackett have to figure out how they spark this offense. It's on him. This is on Aaron Rodgers.
You think the worst thing he ever did was hire Nathaniel Hackett as the head coach? I mean, he probably had to.
I don't even know if he had the choice to.
He probably had, but Hackett was there before Rodgers, if you recall. Wasn't that the bone to get Hackett or to get Rodgers in there? He hired Hackett first, and that was the bone to get Rodgers as a free agent in there, wasn't it? Now, if Rodgers won the free agent, would he have stuck with Hackett after last year? Probably not. If he didn't sign there, but that was the move, and we all went, "Wow, all right." Is he really good offensive coordinator, or is it all Rodgers? And we all knew what the reason was, and it worked out. And they got Rodgers, they got their guy, and then Rodgers got hurt. I don't know, man. I understand why he got fired. This isn't the worst move ever, and I hate when guys lose their jobs. But whatever. I mean, he's going to be well compensated to walk away. He's fine.
It's part of business, man.
Right? Yeah. But I look at it, and I'm like, okay, but do I think this is going to turn around now? Like, what's a bigger problem right now, Saleh or Rodgers? And the answer could be yes. Because how good has Aaron Rodgers been? I got a 40-year-old.
6 games good, and one of those games was 4 snaps.
Right. So in the 5 games this year, he's completing 61% of his passes. He's averaging 218 yards a game, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's been sacked 13 times in 5 games. They're 2-3. I don't know, man. I got a 40-year-old quarterback who was great and is a Hall of Famer, who's coming off an Achilles, who, dare I say he's average or below average quarterback in the NFL right now?
You don't need to dare to say it.
But it's Aaron Rodgers. You can't say that.
Say whatever you want about it.
He's Aaron freaking Rodgers. If Belichick was coaching this team, who's winning right now with this team? Is Kyle Shanahan winning with this? Is Andy Reid winning with this?
Probably Andy Reid.
Okay.
I don't.
Because their defense is really good.
I think they're probably 1 win difference from what you'd think they'd be. And I think that.
So they're 3-2 instead of 2-3. They beat the Broncos.
People would just assume our rookie quarterback coming in to New York throws for 6 yards, and they find a way to lose that game.
Okay. All right. We'll see. We'll see what kind of difference it makes. But Robert Saleh has been fired by the Jets. Jeff Ulbrich is going to be the interim head coach of the New York Jets moving forward. Chiefs beat the Saints last night 26-13. Patrick Mahomes 28 for 39, 321 yards. And he found Travis Kelce. Juju Smith-Schuster was their leading receiver, 130 yards yesterday. And Kareem Hunt over 100 yards rushing. For the Saints, Derek Carr got hurt, left with an oblique injury. MRI today, he may be out. This one sounds like usually guys, he'll be fine. And then you say, he's got a cracked rib and he's out for 3 weeks or whatever. This doesn't sound good because dude's telling you he's not very good. You know what I'm saying? Like he's sitting there telling you, this isn't good.
Yeah, your starting quarterback's there.
Yeah. When he's telling you I don't feel good. He's telling you I'm not good. All right, you hit on the Niners earlier. You said it's kind of got a win game. You're leaning me there. They blew a 13-point halftime lead against the Cardinals. They were 5-0 last year, but they were 3-4 last year, and they were 3-5 in 2021 before advancing the NFC Championship game each year. Kyle Shanahan said on Monday about whether the team's past experience may get them to figure this thing out. Quote, no. I don't think it pertains to anything. Everybody goes off their life experiences, and we have some people who have been here, can always resort to that and just know how things work. So there's lots of things that go on, but I think each year is different, and we got to write our own story this year. It has nothing to do with other years. And quote, look, here's the thing to me. You're injured. You're beat to hell. You don't have Christian McCaffrey. They may not have him all year.
Are they really beat to hell?
Well, they were until last week. And then they got Debo back, and they got Kittle.
Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle.
Yeah.
Debo Samuel. Jordan Mason's been fine.
You think it's over for them?
I don't think it's over, but I don't think the injuries are an excuse.
They were for a couple weeks. And McCaffrey, they got to move on. Jordan Mason's really good.
They have enough offensively.
Look, there's no reason to blow those two leads. No, you're right. There's no reason that they should have lost that game to Arizona the other day. 100% right.
So it's kind of got to win territory. They go to 0-3 in the division.
Yeah, I'm with you. No, you
They're
got me
a
there.
long shot to be a playoff team.
You got me there.
The 49ers. And we just all assumed like it was going to be this 3-team race, at least with San Francisco,
Philadelphia,
Detroit, and people expecting a bounce back in Philadelphia.
Yeah, you're right. No, I'm with you. Kind of got a win game. All right, 505-246-0610. Kind of got to win for all the baseball teams. Everybody's 1-1. You got some emails in on that. More Diego Pavia emails and texts that I'll get to you when we get back. 505-246-0610 is how to get here. Oh, and the NHL season starts today. Huh? A little hockey for you puckheads. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM. An AM 610 Sports Animal.
Let's paint the town cherry this football season.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. Our law firm was founded by my father, Thibaut J. Chavez, with one goal: to get New Mexicans the help they need. That's why we built a different kind of law firm. We focus on family values, dedicated service, and we make a real contribution by giving back to our communities. We can't change.
52460-610 if you want to get in. Emails and texts coming in. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Text line says, I wish Aiden Armento would have stayed at New Mexico. Not sure Dampier is long for UNM, and if he was that much better than Aiden, Armento was that local quarterback with the help of other local talent, should have led the resurgence of the Phoenix that is Lobo football from the ashes. Aiden made the right choice for Aiden, and we had this conversation a little bit yesterday. Same class as Devin Dampier. Dampier was the incumbent, the better quarterback right now. Devin Dampier was going to play. Now, if you want to say, yeah, but Dampier's going to leave on NIL, Aiden should have stuck. How does he know that? And if you recall, and we asked Aiden this yesterday. Aiden stayed after the coaching change. And he said, didn't he say he had some conversations with the new staff and realized it was best for him to get in the portal?
Yeah, they wanted more of a dual threat at the quarterback position.
So Bryant Vincent, who was the offensive coordinator last year at UNM, who's now the head coach at Louisiana Monroe, recruited him. He went to ULM, made his first start on Saturday, and beat undefeated James Madison. Aiden's going to be a good quarterback. Is he going to be better than Devin Dampier? I don't know. Devin Dampier is a really good quarterback right now. Can UNM keep him? I mean, that's everybody's concern right now. How are you keeping your quarterback? I don't know if you will.
But you can't play the what if game
with your own life.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, oh, what if Devin's really good and then he's not here in a year?
Then maybe I get a chance.
Then maybe I'll get a chance.
Or are they going to sign someone else or bring someone else in over me? I got to go where I got a chance
and
to play.
he built a relationship with Bryant Vincent, who showed last year he's a very good coordinator and coach. And trusted him, went and had to compete, got the opportunity for his first career start, and was able to do enough to earn a victory.
Yeah, and this says Armento was the local quarterback that, with the help of other local talent, should have led the resurgence of the Phoenix. That is Lobo football. It's not his obligation, is it? I mean, he came here.
It's a nice story.
Oh,
but if you're winning, I don't care if you're from Canada, from Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's what you want as fans. It's nice to say, hey, we have a local player a part of it, which there's still local players on this roster, especially catching passes right now from Devin Dampier.
Yeah.
But it's an overplayed storyline by so many people.
Well, again,
win with good players, and if they happen to be local, yes, it is a bigger storyline. But the bottom line is winning with whatever talent you have.
But does the local kid owe it to the local fans or university to stay home? The answer is no. And by the way, he did go to UNM. And he got beat out by Devin Dampier, and it's hard to argue, right? Devin's really, really good. And he met with the new coaching staff, and I don't know what was said. I'm not going to pretend to know what was said. But obviously he found a place for him that is good, and he's played in the Sun Belt. And he won a game, and let's see what happens. But yeah, for Aiden, it feels like he's in the right place. All right, baseball stuff. 505-246-0610. Steve from Michigan, what do you guys think about the possible Tigers-Royals matchup in the ALCS? I think it'd be beautiful.
I love it. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm all about, is you play the game for a reason. There's multiple teams in pro sports for a reason, because they make money. But it's the whole, if you want it a certain way, then you'd have 8-team leagues with 4 teams in Los Angeles and 4 teams in New York.
Mm-hmm. Maybe one in Chicago. Boston. Yeah.
Like, do ratings take a hit? Sure. Whatever at that point in time. But you tune in to see the teams play the best at the right moments and get it done. And the teams in AL Central did that this year.
And by the way, start watching some of these stories because they're really good. I mean, just start watching some of them. I mean, one of the local sports guys didn't even know how to say Tarek Skubal last time. Like never heard of him. Right? I just watch some of it. It's really, 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 really good. This one is from Ronnie. It says, Jeff and JJ, Mookie Betts is 2 for 31 in his last 3 postseason appearances. Can't be, in the last 3 series. Dodgers got no chance to win without him at this point. Do you think it's all mental? If not, how does he get over the slump? Bust one through. Like if that ball eludes Jerks and Profar's glove for a home run the other night, he probably cracks through, and that's your slump buster, right?
Yeah, Mookie Betts is gonna take the brunt of this if the Dodgers come up short.
Mm-hmm. Him and Dave Roberts.
Yes, but Mookie Betts is getting a lot now.
Yeah, he's not hitting. You got to play in the postseason. He's 2 for 31 in his last 3 series. Well, kind of a Clayton Kershaw syndrome, isn't it? In some respects. I don't know what the Dodgers do. And Freddie Freeman may not play in this next game. And where they go, they've tried to buy this pennant. They've tried to buy a World Series. And if they get knocked out here, and the Padres, I look up and down the Padres roster. With all due respect, Padres may be a better team. I mean, just go look. I mean, from Bogarts to Machado to Tatis to the rookie, the 21-year-old, why am I forgetting the kid?
Merrill.
Thank you, Jackson Merrill. He's terrific. Like go look up and down their roster.
The Padres can match the Dodgers talent-wise.
And their starting pitching is better. It is. Their starting pitching right now is better with all the injuries the Dodgers went through. The Dodgers may point to, what do they have, 8 starting pitchers this year on the injured list? Right, from Gonsolin to Kershaw to May to, Buehler was there most of the season. Yamamoto. But you are what you are, man, and the calendar doesn't stop, and you got to be here at this point. And you get beat by them again, and they may, dude. The Padres are nice. Like, who wants to play the Padres right now?
Who wants to play the Mets right now?
Fair enough. Dude, don't get me into the 8th inning with the Mets. They're stupid. Did you catch the Tigers?
This is going to be, Buehler versus King, and King had a gigantic start in his postseason career, 12 strikeouts. Mm-hmm. And Buehler just, what has he got with being injured all year?
No idea. No, this can get away early. Did you catch the Tigers yesterday? Did you watch any of the afternoon game?
Talk about snapping a slump.
Well, and Kerry Carpenter hits that home run, but the pitching was so good. It was 0-0 into the 9th, and then Kerry Carpenter goes yard, 3-run home run in the 9th, and really shut that place up because Cleveland's place was going. Now, what do they call that place now? It used to be Jacobs Field. I don't even know what it's called now.
It's Progressive Field at one point?
It might be. Yeah, it very well might be. But that was really good. So you get the National League Series goes today, both of those. You'll get the Mets and the Phillies in the early game. That's 3:08 our time. They're all on FS1. And then Dodgers and Padres are the night game. King and Buehler tonight. It's 7:08 from San Diego. And, it's just good stuff, man. It's really good. Hey, I want to hit on this. Did you see the study? So this was a new analysis that was conducted on behalf of the NCAA. That angry sports bettors, and this can't surprise you, it's one of the most common types of harassment that college athletes are getting today. It makes up 12% of publicly posted social media abuse. Now, I don't know what social media abuse, how it's defined. It could be all of social media, right? But the NCAA partnered with a data science company called Signify Group. And so they analyzed social media accounts for over 3,000 college athletes, 500 coaches, 200 event officials, 165 teams. They did it during the 2024 college football playoff, men's and women's basketball tournaments, men's and women's college World Series, volleyball and gymnastics championship. The whole findings are going to come out on Thursday. But they put out an excerpt that said the study defined, quote, angry sports bettors, end quote, as individuals who, and then this is a quote from the report, engage in problematic and intrusive communications due to match events and results contradicting bettors' predictions. Athletes received abusive messages before, after, and during events. The survey listed sexual abuse, racism, and homophobia as among other common harassment categories. It's kind of crazy. The report found that some abusive posts that did not overtly mention gambling but still had ties to betting. I don't know that this should surprise anybody. They flagged 743 abusive or threatening messages referencing betting or match fixing allegations. 73% of them occurred during March Madness. There's no going back on this, by the way. Between you got the X and you got betting and it's legalized and oh, by the way, you got stupidity thrown in here. I mean, you see the social media every day. And student athletes talk about this all the time. I mean, the stuff that they get in their DMs is crazy.
It's a tough world to live in because it is a world you want to be a part of when it comes to NIL and branding. But it's one that you don't want to read the replies or read messages, but you do.
Quote from a guy named Cliff Hangerbrock, who's the NCAA's managing director of enterprise risk. I don't even know what that means. But he said, quote, it's clear to us, too, as the prevalence of sports betting went up, so did the prevalence of sports betting-related abuse. That was his quote. They shared some examples of abusive messages during March Madness. One was directed at a high-profile men's basketball player before a tournament game. Quote, yo, no big deal, but if you don't get 22 points and 12 boards, everyone you know and love will be dead, end quote. What are we doing? Other requests or other examples include a request for money. How jacked up do you got to be? I get it, man. You're betting and you're obviously betting more than you can afford to lose. If you don't get 22 and 12, everyone you know and love will be dead. I don't care who you are, that pops up in your DMs. It's got to affect you, right?
Yes.
That wasn't even in the DM because that was obviously just a post because they were able to find it. What is wrong with people, dude? And there's no going back. Like somehow, oh, it's great, everybody's betting and now it's legal and now we got this tech. Really? There's 38 states that offer legal sports betting in D.C. 18 of those 38 states prohibit licensed sportsbooks from offering college prop bets. That's, hey, you know, this guy's going to score more than 6.5 points or whatever. So when you do the underdog stuff, have you ever once thought of sending a tweet? Your dude, I don't know, didn't hit your number?
No, because I'm making the choice to play the game, to play fantasy sports.
Where the hell?
And it's my decision, and it is sports. We're playing fantasy sports with real-life outcomes that we have no control over. That in games, sometimes you get schemed out of a game. Sometimes you sprain your ankle. Sometimes XYZ happens. Never, as much as I invest in fantasy sports,
not once,
talk about it every week. Am I like, oh, I'm so angry, I need to send a player this? No, this is my decision to play a game.
Yeah. It's insane.
Hence why it's fantasy.
This whole
not real.
Yeah, it's but it's betting. You're betting real money.
Yeah, you're betting real money.
Yeah.
But I understand what I'm doing.
Not everybody does, obviously. The full report's going to come out Thursday. It's going to be telling. All right, 505-246-0610. Got some more of your correspondence in regards to the local athletes. Latest on the head coaching stuff in the NFL. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Happy Tuesday. I almost said Monday. On 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Dirt. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Hey, look! It's Dwight Goodman!
Boom! This place is hot. Let's see if anyone needs my help. How about I drive you madman home, huh?
I got this, Dwight. I'm the designated driver. Boom.
Sweet. Does anyone need Dwight's help getting home tonight?
No thanks, Romeo. I've got a taxi all lined up.
Drive safe, Dwight.
Boom! Boom!
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy.
Interesting conversation today. Jets have fired Robert Saleh. Their owner, Woody Johnson, put out a statement. It reads this, or thusly, quote, "This morning I informed Robert Saleh that he will no longer serve as the head coach of the Jets. I thanked him for his hard work these past 3.5 years and wished him and his family well moving forward. This was not an easy decision, but we are not where we should be given our expectations, and I believe now is the best time for us to move in a different direction. Jeff Ulbrich will serve as our interim head coach for the remainder of the season. He is a tough coach who has the respect of the coaches and players on this team. I believe along with the coaches on this staff can get the most out of our talented team and attain the goals we have established this offseason." So just like a template, like fill in name here when, for owner, when he lets go of, because last coach to get fired 5 games in, by the way, was Matt Rule when he got fired by the Carolina Panthers. He's now the head coach of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. But it does. It feels like it's a template. I informed fill-in coach here that he will no longer serve as the head coach of fill-in name of team. I thanked him and wished him and his family the best, right? I mean, this is like right off of AI. AI wrote this for me.
Chat GPT.
What do you think? 505-246-0610. Ben, good morning. You're on
Good
these
morning.
sports.
Thank you for taking my call. I was just calling in regards to Diego Pavia, and I want to congratulate the young man on his victory over Alabama this last week and over Auburn last year. But the Journal had an article yesterday in the newspaper asking if he's the best college football player from the state of New Mexico. And I was just wondering if this will be quick, if people remember Bobby Newcomb.
Yep, I do.
Yep, thank you for taking my call.
Yeah. I will tell you, Diego might end up. Bobby was a really good college player. Bobby was a quarterback in Nebraska, went to Highland High School, was a quarterback in Nebraska. Got hurt, and that's when Eric Crouch, the local Nebraska kid, came in, and Bobby never got his job back. Crouch won the Heisman. Bobby became a flanker, had a cup of coffee in the NFL. I would argue Diego's a better college player. Now, he's not playing at Nebraska, but he played at Purdue, and he just beat the number 1 team in the country. How about Brian Urlacher? Brian Urlacher was a pretty damn good college. He was a pretty good college player, wasn't
he? Yeah.
Jim Everett was a pretty good college player at Purdue. When the former El Dorado quarterback who played with the Rams in the league for a lot of years, Jim Everett was a really, really good college football player.
I think Diego, this type of, I don't know how they framed it, but
I don't either.
This type of conversation,
yeah,
like, are Newcomb and Urlacher like better athletes than Diego
Pavia? Were they better players?
Yeah.
Or they have better college careers?
But Diego Pavia he's in the, whatever mold, like you said, like,
dude, he's in that conversation.
Moore,
yes.
Like where, yeah, you're not going to say, oh my gosh, this was the greatest player I've ever seen, but in terms of like accomplishments, and he's a quarterback doing this, he's in the conversation with the Brian Urlacher and Bobby Newcomb. Yes, he is.
Bobby Newcomb, Brian Urlacher, Jim Everett never won a national championship. I mean, I'm just going to say, like it was a JUCO championship, but Diego won a national championship at Nimi, didn't he?
He's a quarterback that's won. How many games did that Aggie team win?
They won 10 games last year, and they won 7 the year before, right? They were 7-6.
To conference championship appearances, bowl games.
I mean, the reality is he's going to play 5 years of college football, win a national championship. Did he play 2 years at Nimi? I think so. Win a national championship, probably go to, right? They're on their way to a bowl game. I mean, they're not there yet, but probably go to 3 bowl games.
Beat a number 1 team as the starting quarterback.
Beat the number 1 team in the country at a place that had never beaten the number 1 team in the country before. They were 0-6.
0-6 versus top 5 teams.
Yeah. Yeah. No, look, man, there's a real...
Diego Pavia is absolutely on that list.
100% he's on that list. As much as you may hate him and or not like him, or as much as you love him. Yeah, Diego, as far as best college careers from a New Mexico athlete? Yeah.
Now, if you're like best player ever, I think that, of course, it's going to sway you to those other guys.
Yeah, okay.
But with what they are asking Diego Pavia to do, play quarterback, help us win games, he's doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I would throw Brian Urlacher. Bobby had a great career. Jim Everett had a great college career. Gentry at Michigan was really good. Now, probably not this good in college, but he went on playing the NFL for a while, right? I mean, look, guys, I'll give you one that you're not even going to think of, but Troy Danoff was really good as a starting center for 3 years at UCLA from La Cueva High School. But he was a center, he was an offensive lineman, and so, I mean, you don't think of it, but he was Offensive Player of the Year on a UCLA team that had Deshaun Foster on it. He was really, went to play in the Cotton Bowl.
Guys, well, that have a ton of guys, too, the Cook brothers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But it's fine, and you don't have to be a great pro to have a great college career. And that's kind of where they're going. Diego, when it's all said and done, his college career is going to be as good as almost any, if not all, other high school athletes from here. I mean, what he did the other day, just that standalone, combine it with, I mean, again, you got to look at the history of some of the places he is. He is the ultimate underdog quarterback who everybody overlooked, and he's playing at the ultimate underdog places. There's no bigger underdog place in college football than New Mexico State has been. And he took them to 2 bowl games and played and won one and played in a conference championship game. There's no bigger underdog in the SEC than Vanderbilt. Nick Saban said last week, every place in the SEC is tough except for Vanderbilt. And then his beloved Alabama Crimson Tide went in and got beat at Vanderbilt. So, this one says, JJ, one of the Lobos won in football recently. I do believe they have the right coach. However, what New Mexico residents are saying is, give the local kids a chance. Recruit them like you want them, not like they have to prove themselves as walk-ons. There are a lot more kids in New Mexico and West Texas that can play ball than are given a chance. Diego just proved that. Thank you for that text. I think that's right. Aiden Armenta came in and got a chance. He was recruited. Dampier beat him out last year. Was it 2 years ago? He was the number 3 quarterback. Who was the Miles Kendrick? I want to say there was someone else, and there was the kid Tab Scott from Appalachian State, and then Dampier won the number 3 spot, and Aiden was 4. Right? So you had Miles Kendrick, DC Tab Scott, and then Dampier during practice became the number 2. And when Kendrick got hurt, Dampier went in, right? Isn't that how that went?
It was Dylan Hopkins last year.
It was Dylan Hopkins. So when Dylan Hopkins got hurt, that's who it was. Yeah, that's what it was. Yes, Dylan Hopkins, and then he got hurt, and so Devin just won. And so I think you're right. You know, give them a scholarship, recruit them like you want them. Don't make them all be walk-ons, but they still, like everybody else, got to earn their spot.
Yeah, that's part of playing the game with in-state kids. They're quote unquote preferred walk-ons, and they try to take lottery scholarships like that as you use your 85 scholarships on other players. Dude, I'm from New Mexico. I grew up here. I went to the University of New Mexico.
Yeah.
But I'm also aware of how college athletics work. And it's also fair to point out that the Lobos aren't just missing on all these kids. Because and you're saying, well, they should get more of an opportunity at the University of Mexico. Okay. But if you're good, you'll find a way to play. And where are all these New Mexico kids killing it other places that it's just the Lobos that aren't giving them chances on and missing?
Right.
Like you had a special player in Diego Pavia. No, wasn't a Lobo, but he was an Aggie.
But he was. This says Lobo fans get hurt when players leave the school. It's been that way for many years, and I think it's the love for the programs, passion in today's NIL world. It's all bets off as far as kids sticking around. It's from Steve. Yeah, it is. Ben, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Ben. Who's this? Ray. Sorry. Hey, Ray.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
I got one for you. I think Urlacher was the best from New Mexico, but what about Timmy Smith from Hobbs?
Yeah,
won a
that's really
Super Bowl.
good.
Wasn't he the MVP of the Super Bowl also?
Yeah. Again, the conversation isn't who's the best player, who's having the best college career. Because, look, Brian's going to be the guy, the best. I mean, he's in the Hall of Fame for crying out loud. But I think we're talking about the best college career, and that's what Diego's having. Like, is Diego the best player to ever come out of here? No. But is he having maybe the best career? I mean, maybe, right? College career?
I think Smith had a good college career, didn't he? A running back, was he at Texas Tech?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right. I'll throw him in there. I think that's fair. Yeah, it's totally fair. And then he was a Super Bowl hero with Washington. Yeah.
With Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. No, appreciate it. And he was really good. All right, I got to take this final break. Keep them coming. 505-246-0610. I'll get to your emails as well. And again, this says, how about Terrence Mathis? Terrence wasn't from here. He was a great Lobo who went on to a pro career. The conversation that somebody, I think they brought up is, is this guy the best college football player? And Brian was really good, and Everett was really good. Best college career for a New Mexico high school athlete. On the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Hour.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
National champion at 55 and 56, Maxwell Award Player of the Year in 1956, consensus All-American, first-team All-American, two-time first-team All-Big Seven. All right, winner. Yep, winner. I never saw him play, but he says, I guess I'm old. Sheesh. No, that's good. Jeff says, what about, was it Calvin Branch? Calvin Branch, the lineman from Cibola that went to Michigan. Was really good. Played
Alan Branch?
Alan, why was I saying Alvin? Alan Branch. He played for the Patriots. That was really good. Jeff says, I don't know about college career. Probably best wins and definitely the best upsets over top teams for Diego. I respect what he's doing, but still have no respect for him as a person since he's never apologized to UNM. I think a lot of people feel that way. He's not the only UNM fan. I heard that a lot yesterday. Dan, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal.
Boy, that guy stole my thunder about Tommy McDonald. That's what I was calling you guys about.
That was really good.
I guess the only thing I'll add is that he was from Roy, New Mexico, which is, a small, tiny town. And, of course, went to Highland. But he was the only played on the only team that ever beat Vince Lombardi in a national championship, in an NFL championship. And he was the star on that game.
Yeah, that's something.
One for New Mexico there. Matter of fact, New Mexico, if you ask me, I think is broken through. I don't think New Mexico athletes got to prove themselves anymore at all. I mean, you got Diego now. You've gotten so many now that have gone into the pros and gone into major colleges, things like that. I think, with the modern athletics and weight rooms and training, we got less kids, but look at Alex over in at Houston.
Yep.
I mean, they're excelling in every sport.
That's really good.
Thanks for taking my call, guys.
Appreciate you. Thank you. The more I look, and I knew how great Tommy McDonald. Well, I guess I didn't know how great, but I knew he was great. Yeah, Roy High School with 150 students his freshman year, and then he transferred to Highland up in Albuquerque as a sophomore. And I'll give. All right, there's your answer. Fair enough. In the mid 50s. Okay. Winner. But Diego's still having a pretty damn good career. It doesn't take anything away from him. Tommy McDonald, this says. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of you on the Tommy McDonald. Terrence Mathis. But it's a different conversation. This says Urlacher, best player out of New Mexico. Brian, and Tommy McDonald will have this battle about best NFL player. Best college career. Brian's college career better than Diego's? I don't know.
I think it's impressive that what Diego Pavia has done, that he can be in this conversation. And it's not crazy.
Yeah. Landry Jones from Artesia says, David, he says, I believe Newcomb did win a national championship. I think that he was on that team, yeah. If he had gone to a lesser D1 school, he would have remained a quarterback, which is true. Same with Zach Gentry. It doesn't diminish what Pavia has done, but it's different. Remember, he didn't win that game by himself. Truth. Kill's defense was huge for New Mexico State and their success. And the success Vandy's having now, I don't see him moving to the NFL. He's a 5'10" quarterback that runs the veer option. But it makes what he did even more impressive. Urlacher, Jim Everett, Timmy Smith, long ways to go to compare to those guys. Okay? All that's really good. And I don't think he's an NFL guy, but man, I'm done betting against that kid. I just am.
We're just having a strict college conversation. I'm not opposed to throwing his name in with those guys.
Well,
I get they're legends, but that's what Diego Pavia is becoming at the college level.
I think he's become at two different schools. I think the one win at Vanderbilt has made him a legend. He's a legend at New Mexico State.
He made plays. It wasn't. You don't look at it and just go, "Oh, he was 5 for 7, 40 yards, and thrown an interception, and his running back carried the ball 58 times."
No, didn't turn the ball over and made plays. Again, give me a bigger win for Urlacher, Everett, Timmy Smith. I don't know what Everett did. I'd have to go back and look at some of the games he played in. I'm sure there were some big wins. I don't know. Give me a program-defining win more so than what he's done at New Mexico State and than what he did at Vanderbilt. For those two programs who don't have a lot of moments, give me a moment that those guys stopped the college football world to talk about them for a whole weekend. Right? Think about it.
Yeah, those other guys are more impressive athletically. And I think Brian Urlacher returning punts, catching touchdowns, what he did defensively.
Great college career.
Yeah, he's number one, there's no problem with me either with that. But if you're, like we're saying, it's like specifically New Mexico kid, a college career, Pavia is on that list with still a couple more chances to do it.
Yeah, you guys, I'm going to contend. I mean, again, if New Mexico would have beaten, let's just say, like I almost said, if New Mexico State could beat Auburn, they did with that kid at quarterback. If the Lobos would have beaten Auburn this year, or let's say they go to Michigan and win the Big House next year, right? Whoever that quarterback is a legend right away. And what does it do for your program? Does it turn your program around on its axis? And he did that for 2 different programs. You guys, I hate the hyperbole and I hate the nowism, right? And the recency bias of it. And I've really tried to back away from this, as I know you have. And again, nobody's saying he's the best athlete ever, but as far as a college career, you guys, for a kid from New Mexico, I mean, I'm listening. Tommy McDonald's got a great resume. I'll listen to that one. That one's probably right. I might argue that what he's done collegiately, and it will not happen, and Brian's an NFL guy. And does that mean he's a better player than Brian Urlacher was in college? No, but I mean, how are you going to argue against this kid's career? The impact he made at 3 places, because NEMI counts, doesn't it? Doesn't winning a national championship count at the junior college?
Collegiate athletics.
Right? I mean, that counts, right? And then the biggest wins in New Mexico State since 1960. And the biggest win at Vanderbilt maybe, I don't know, since the 20s? I mean, I'm listening. It's an intriguing conversation. It sure is. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd will be after that. 2 Minons here at 4 o'clock. And then we're back with award-winning radio tomorrow morning starting at 7 a.m. Adrian looks great, man. The accents, all the pluses you get watching the show, give it a look. It's really, really good. Big day for you?
Huge day.
All right, where did we come out on this? Did we settle anything? It's probably pissed off more people,
Never
right?
settled.
Yeah. All right, enjoy the day. Be good to each other, please. We're back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. Our law firm was founded by my father, Thibaut J. Chavez, with one goal: to get New Mexicans the help they need. That's why we built a different kind of law firm. We focus on family values, dedicated service, and we make a real contribution by giving back to our communities. We can't change what happened to you or your loved ones, but we can help you get back on the road to recovery. We're by your side, and we're still as local as red and green.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies. past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This